It is time to get raw. It is time to get down. It is time for the 1-year anniversary of the Rawdown, the number one source for all things WWE, right here at the Turnbuckle Tavern. I am your host, Young Anthony. Joined with me is...
Well, hot damn, Michael, it's me with my parachute pants. It's me, J-Bone Layfield. Hot damn.
J-Bone Layfield is in the building with pants that fit him. Marco is coming in. He's got fucking tech issues, like a real noob that he is. But
damn.
1 year, one full year. I remember 1 year ago, we let Tom run the show, and it was there. And then
it was okay for those 2 weeks.
And then, of course, here we are. No, Tom, whenever he comes in, he always adds something to the show.
Something.
Yeah, it's something. We're not sure.
I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's something.
It's something.
Yeah.
But I almost ended the broadcast right there.
Don't do that.
1 year of the Rawdown. To all who stuck around with us in our horrible takes, thank you for a 1 year of success.
Big freak. Jinko Life. Well, I'll be Michael. I'm such an emo, god dang it.
We're going to have fun on this 1 year anniversary. Thank you all for joining us. We have got some good stuff to talk about. WWE potentially, having some business shakeups, even bigger than we already have seen this year. So that's something we're going to brush upon tonight.
Wait,
also,
you got to play it. You got to play the bump.
Oh, what do we got to play? What do we got to play?
The bump. Oh, I'm trying to find it right now.
Oh boy.
Oh god, I can't find it.
You ruined it.
Time to shake things up a little bit. Where is it?
It's time to shake things up. We'll play it in a bit.
Well,
we also have Bray Wyatt finally
it's
made.
Time to shake things up around here.
Sorry.
It's in alphabetical order. It shouldn't be that hard to find.
Sorry. Okay.
Anyways, we also have Bray Wyatt. He came back. He is going to be, he gave his first words, so we're going to break those down. Give our thoughts on that.
Hey,
and
man.
Of course, J-Bone Layfield. What's a Rawdown episode without a big old pair of pants? We've got JBL coming back with his new client. Happy.
I got a new client, Michael.
Not so happy Corbin. So all of this and more. Stick around. We're the Rawdown. Let's get right into it. And you know what? Might as well address it.
Yes.
Kevin Nash's son.
Yes, and we were talking about it. It was off air.
Yeah.
I was actually watching, and here we go.
Here he is.
Here, there's the guy. But I was
there he is.
I was watching.
What happened, Marco?
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know.
You totally redeemed yourself with the hat. So
thank you.
Yeah. We're just talking about real quick. Kevin Nash's son. I was just watching Click This actually right before I found out about the news.
Yeah.
And it was just like, and there he was kind of featured pretty heavily in the episode, last episode. So, it sucks. It really does.
Yeah, it's rough.
Insane.
So young, 26.
Yeah.
Right?
Honestly, look, he was the fact that his wife was pregnant with Tristan, Kevin Nash has said it was kind of a catalyst of why he jumped to WCW. So,
wow.
that's interesting kind of thing that kind of crossed my mind, today. So, thoughts and prayers to the Nash fans, for sure.
I haven't read anything, but I'm not sure if did he have like any type of like ailments, or was he?
I don't think so.
They didn't get into it. I don't really expect them to really get into it or something like that. But
with someone that young of an age, and you kind of wonder. What the cause of death was, but
words can't really put into fact, something like this. It's hard to really talk about it, especially us.
Like I said, young dude. You're young yourself. How does that was like? You must be like, holy moly! That guy's 26 years old and he's gone. Hasn't lived his whole life yet. That's
right. And it was on the same day as Scott Hall's birthday.
Yes,
which just adds another. Shitty layer to it.
It's the first birthday without Scott here, so
obviously thoughts and prayers to Nash.
Yeah,
from the entire tavern.
Yeah, I mean it's just horrible.
Yeah, I met Nash years back at I think it was at a WrestleCon. He was awesome, really nice guy. brought me in close too for the picture. He
Nice.
hugged. Dude, solid. He was solid as hell, by the way.
He's a big man.
He stays in shape, definitely. He doesn't.
There's a reason why they call him Big Sexy,
of course, yeah. He's gorgeous in person.
He's a gorgeous guy, and he's a big guy. So
yeah. But damn, man, yeah. What a way to start off the show. I mean,
yeah, I know.
Hopefully
we did start off the show by talking about our 1 year anniversary. This is episode 52, Marco.
That's right. Yeah, I recall we should have did some celebratory layout or something, some streamers or
come on, Anthony, what the fuck?
What the hell? No graphics
maybe
or anything like that.
Maybe the 2 year anniversary will do something.
Maybe the 1 year podcast.
Yeah,
maybe
the 1.5
year. The 1 year podcast.
I think we're only up to episode 40 on the podcast,
something like that.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at the podcast numbers, I was like, we are not at a year. And then I look at YouTube, I'm like, holy shit, it's been that long.
Maybe at 50. Maybe we'll do at the 50th episode.
Yeah,
something. Episode 50.
But I was just mentioning before how we start off first episode, Tom is hosting, me and J-Bone. And then the next week, Tom can't make it, J-Bone can't make it. And we're like, oh my God. I'm like, what do I do? And then Marco comes to save the day.
That's right. I was going to say that.
Second ever episode.
Yeah,
Marco
and totally redeemed himself.
Yeah, just killing it. Yeah, that was
and
the
first
crossover.
Is history.
Yeah.
So, fun year. A fun year here.
It has been a fun year. As much as I hate you guys, I also love you guys.
The feeling is mutual. Look, we're 7 minutes in. Can we start talking about wrestling?
Yeah, let's talk about wrestling. Let's talk about wrestling, Michael.
Let's get things started by talking about we've already seen so many business changes to the WWE in this last year. Let's add in another one. WWE apparently might be getting a little shake things up around here backstage. J-Bone, you want to get into this one?
Yeah, so, part of me almost had a slight thought. However, this is my wrestling mind intake. Wait, is the whole Vince thing a work?
Oh, my God. Just to sell the company, they can't sell it with him, so they have to do some elaborate thing to get rid of him.
The stock is as high as he's making the most money. Hey, you know what? I got an idea. Let's go ahead and get him. Let's go get all these bucks right now. Huh? Let's get all these millions of dollars. But I hope it. I mean, for one thing, I want the Triple H era to occur a little bit longer. But if this is true, if this is a possibility, which
do me a favor, break down the story for us because we didn't really address it head on.
Well, so the stock, and I'm not quite really sure. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but the stock has been at pretty much a all-time high. I mean, I say all-time high. It's pretty high though. I think all-time high. I think it reached 105 at one point. This was back in 2017, 18, something like that. It was a little bit before the pandemic, I remember, but it's slowly getting up back to that level. And obviously, a lot of the changes are pretty exciting. Probably, the fact that the board of directors took such a, drastic role, finding out what's happened, that probably helped a little bit, everybody's, it's talk of the wrestling world, right? What Triple H is doing. So I think this eventual climb basically has been really attractive to buyers. They see what's happening, and at some point, so is that today?
No, this is just it's a stock.
Yeah. Okay.
Photo.
Yeah. So that's because I know it was right around the 70s.
Oh, okay.
False information, Anthony. That's false info.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Pay no attention to the statistics on the screen. Pay no attention.
So
are we gonna have to call you Yay Anthony from now on instead of Young Anthony with your falsities?
You, the audience, are quite frankly tired of having your intelligence insulted.
Yeah, well, that's why the numbers are what they are. But so it's made it really attractive to buyers, and it's what similar is what happened to UFC.
Yep.
You know, whenever UFC was bought,
Yep.
all those years. Look, I mean, and then there's the, you know, The Rock has been out there, you know, talking about, you know, on the Black Adam tour, which Heard's not doing that great, but anyway,
Really?
yeah, but I, you know, actually, I don't know. I remember actually probably around this time last year, maybe a little bit later on, but you know, I actually called like The Rock would be a good potential suitor because that was whenever it came out. Like, whoa, Nick Khan and The Rock know each other.
Yeah, they're best
That's when-
friends.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
when that light bulb went off. Like, holy shit! Like,
Yeah.
this could be a potential deal right here. But you know, if WWE gets bought out, it's got to go to a wrestling guy. Not just because of wrestling fans, not because of the hardcore fans, but in order for it to thrive, continue to thrive, it's got to have somebody that's passionate enough to run the wrestling business. Whether it gets bought and Triple H still runs it, he's still a whatever creative control, whatever person, you know, you got to have somebody in power. And whoever runs the company, it's got to allow a wrestling-minded individual to run the wrestling. So,
Yep.
that's all I got to say.
Marco, thoughts?
Yeah, I think I've been calling this for like years now that they're like kind of prepping themselves for a sale. I'm not sure what type of sale. I wasn't back then. I wasn't sure of what type. Like J Bone said, you know, selling the whole company and they just reorganize and just get new people in. I don't think that's happening. I think what they are selling is the WWE, like the brand itself. I don't think just to just to like kind of break that down a little bit. You have WWE, the wrestling business. You have WWE, the entertainment side of things, because there is a WWE Studios.
We'll make movies.
Perfect use.
Perfect. And they have all other. They file a lot of trademarks. And they have a lot of advertisers and stuff like that. So I think this is my own like thing of what's gonna happen. So when I think they sell it, and I think they mean like selling WWE, they're gonna sell like the actual company as a brand, not like the wrestling part of it. So obviously that'll be engulfed with it.
I hear what you're saying, but I feel like you're still going to want, future entertainment. You still want something, a television product.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not saying like they're gonna. What I'm basically saying is they're not gonna like whoever's gonna buy it isn't gonna buy it and just fire everyone and then rehire people.
Oh, okay.
I think what's gonna happen is it's gonna buy it as is and then pretty much expand onto it.
Yeah. Okay.
Make it like say if Disney buys it, Disney's idea of having a WWE would be like, just make cartoons or make like, animated movies with WWE superstars and, maybe a WWE universe section of Disney just for
maybe
like
I'd go to Disney World. I started going to Disney World then.
But it would make sense for The Rock to do it because he bought the XFL essentially from
the XFL.
So if that's the case, that's the only person that I can think of is that would have interest in it. Right. I know there's I forget who else. I think they said NBC or basically the people that they're that they sold the network to. I think they were interested in it as well.
Yeah, they got it would be really cheap for them because they got one foot in the door already.
Exactly, and like and I kind of want to because you kind of brought up the UFC. And when they were sold, nothing changed. Dana White was still the guy. He was still the face of the company. It was just new owners bought it, and they made it more of a a robust business. Like it's like there's more with the Athletic Health Commission and stuff like that. There's more more streamlined processes in play. Like that's what usually happens with like companies when someone's looking to buy it, they try to like streamline it more and make it more palatable to the masses and those like, casuals, as they like to say. So whoever's going to do it, that's what I think is going to happen. I think that's why they want to be sold. Obviously, WWE is a brand and everyone pretty much knows what that is, or if it's WWF. But I think if whoever buys it and then they expand it even more, it's going to become like, it's going to probably become like a Disney like type of thing. And I think that's what Vince's vision was in the first place.
You know who's one of the who helped broker the deal, UFC deal too? if I'm not mistaken.
Was that Nick Khan?
Yes. So he's
Yeah.
pretty familiar with these kind of deals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you, Marco. I don't think we'll see like, I think the whole point of doing a sale for WWE, if anyone would be interested in it, I don't think they're buying WWE to, like you said, like, wipe out everyone who's working there and bring in their own people.
Yeah.
Because why would you buy them out at that point? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think, yes, the sale would be more along the lines of just expanding on it. Disney might be, that brand to get them. I am intrigued as far as what a WWE Disney type situation would be like. I feel like it's not as bad as people would make it out to be, because Disney's smart with the way that they go about things most of the time. I think my intrigue is really just to see like how it plays out. Not that I think it will be good or bad, because, we've seen some partnerships with Disney that have ended up being pretty good, but we have seen a lot that they kind of just put on the back burner and they don't really, put that much emphasis towards. They ruined
I want a Hell in a Cell ride on Disney.
Dude, how sick was that? The Elimination Chamber ride? Dude, imagine
give me the Muppets and WWE. More of that. Because Disney has the Muppets. Give me the Muppets and
like
the Muppets and
if you think about it, like with
WWE.
like say like the company like Pixar, like they were kind of like their own thing. They partnered up with Disney,
right,
and stuff like that. It's not when you watch like a Pixar movie, it's not Disney Pixar anymore. It's just Pixar by themselves, but they're under the Disney umbrella. So that's how I would see like if whatever company buys it.
And that kind of goes to show you of like how a lot of the partnerships with Disney have been a big success, like Pixar, but
like Marvel.
Exactly.
We could finally have who's the best Vader, Darth Vader versus Big Van Vader.
Oh, see, that's I mean, Disney would actually be pretty. You could do a lot of dream match scenarios, like you said, Vader versus Big Van Vader.
Luke Skywalker versus Shane McMahon.
Dude, imagine like Vader with the mask on, the big Mastodon mask, with the black mask and the smoke coming out, and Vader with his
oh my god,
lightsaber. That'd be sick, dude.
Would they have like people dressing up as like Roman Reigns and John Cena walking around the Disney parks as well? Like, are we going in all in on that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
dude. I mean, you could do the Incredible Hulk versus Andre the Giant, man. Like, there's so many things you can do. Dude, Brock Lesnar versus Thor.
Or just do Hulk versus Hulk.
Oh, you can do Hulk versus Hulk.
You're bleeding.
You're bleeding.
Who would be Roddy Piper in that scenario?
Oh man, who would face Roddy Piper?
What's his name from Guardians of the Galaxy? The raccoon. What's his name?
Rocket
Raccoon.
Yeah.
I could see him saying that.
They get him a promo off.
You're bleeding.
You're bleeding. But yeah, I think it'll be whatever company maybe. I'm just throwing Disney as an example, but I think it'll be separate. I think you'll see WWE doing their own thing, but expand upon it. I really can't talk much about this type of area because that's not like, my forte. Like you want me to talk about what's going on in the WWE on screen?
You can't even talk about that.
Well,
boom!
What?
I try my best. But when it comes to the behind the scenes business end of things, like I don't know much about it. So that's why I can only agree with Marco as far as like,
that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think there will be much of a difference as far as what we see presented on TV and stuff.
I just don't want it to be where somebody's in control, but they're micromanaging what the wrestling people are doing because they don't trust the wrestling people. That's just what I worry about.
Yep, that does happen.
Yeah. I mean, look at WCW.
Yeah, I mean, even in the movie business, look at what happened with DC with the like the whole Snyder DC Snyderverse when he had he had Batman versus Superman, the Man of Steel, and then he was working on the Justice League movie, and he had this whole whole storyline planned out. But then the higher ups thought, they thought better. They thought they knew better what to do, and that whole thing got ruined. And now look at DC; they kind of floundering. Now you've seen a lot of layoffs, and the merger happened, so a lot of people got fired. Now they're looking for a new writer to kind of do a DC universe, how Marvel's doing. So it does suck with the higher ups, the corporate people that have nothing to do with whatever business they're managing, try to put their fingers in and try to manipulate and no, we know what we're doing, we're making money, so yeah, do this. But I think the whole point of them getting rid of Vince, not that it was a conspiracy that they got rid of him, but the whole idea of it was for Vince to move on, put someone in to make the product better, to make it more sellable. Because I don't think they were able to sell it with Vince still in power. I think just ratings is one of them. They're seeing a lot of people getting fired, seeing a lot of people getting the total opposite. We thought oh, they're getting rid of people. Maybe they're trying to make it look nice. When that's probably the total opposite. If you're firing people, that means your business isn't making money. If you can't manage the people that you have there now, that means you're trying to cut costs somewhere. So obviously with Vince McMahon going and then Triple H coming, taking over, and not really taking over, but Stephanie taking over. I think it was a little bit more of a sellable situation, especially with the fast turnaround that they've had in the past. What, it's been a couple months already? Triple H has been in power, or no? Or is it just
July?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
It's been a few months now.
So I mean,
time flies.
Yeah, they're probably just let's get rid of the old man. Let's let me take over, and we'll see.
Lord is concerned about your extremely questionable decisions as of late.
That's exactly what probably happened. Art imitates life, as they like to say.
Your questionable decisions.
But
oh man,
yeah. So we'll have to wait and see. I feel like we've been talking about this story up and down for the last few months now. So
years.
It could go away. Yeah. That's the other thing. It could just disappear again, and it's not happening. So
and then we'll be back in January talking about this. But till then, we got some other some big stories to talk about, including Bray Wyatt's return promo.
Yeah.
So we were complaining about him not coming out on Raw.
I wasn't. You were.
Well, yeah.
I was there.
I was there. I had to complain.
I was definitely complaining about it. I thought it was dumb.
Yeah, I thought it was dumb too. I had a point about that I came up with the other day, and I forgot what it was. It'll come to me. But anyways, he's here on SmackDown. He comes out, new entrance theme by Code Orange, which I'm waiting for them to release because it's a great song.
Yeah.
It slaps.
Just Wyatt family entrance. The door, obviously, but lantern and everything. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it being just the straight up entrance. And then he cuts a very short but very passionate promo in the ring. He's got the the dim the lights and everything, and very emotional promo. I don't know if you're gonna get this, man, but this is just me, man.
Yeah.
You saved me, man. So all of that very emotional promo, was legit crying during it.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden we get the lights turn out and we get the mask on the screen again. Very similar to that one part in the Extreme Rules little video where they're saying who killed the world, you did, on that TV screen. And it was the same mask that Bray wore when he came out. So, I don't know. He said something along the lines of you don't understand, but you will soon. I don't have this exact phrasing, but and we get all these little flashes of little things. And of course, people are picking and choosing all little different things that could be alluding to the future, as people normally do with Bray. And we get the Wyatt 6 logo and we fade to black. That's how we end SmackDown. Thoughts? Marco, go ahead.
He was BSing. That wasn't really that's not really Bray Wyatt out there in the ring, or maybe it could be, and he's, we kind of talk. I kind of want to give it away because we kind of talk about it on the. I'm on the upcoming debate next Monday, and we kind of talk about Bray Wyatt as one of the questions. But that promo, I think it was a great promo, but I'm going to take the words away from Chris Jericho. What he said on Twitter is, I don't believe a word of it. I don't believe that he's being sincere. I believe that this is part of, like a further storyline. Because when have you ever seen him come out and be passionate and, this is me.
I hate that people twisted Jericho's words. Like Ringside News post that article and they put as the caption, I don't believe a single word of it. And then Jericho literally goes on to say, and I love it. And they cut out that line.
Well, they do that for clickbait, but if you know what he's talking about, he's saying exactly what everyone else is saying. Is like, I don't buy this promo. This isn't Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
this is someone else. Yeah, this is more than what we're seeing.
This is what I think it is.
Go ahead.
And if people, I don't know if Anthony, you're going to really remember this or not. I've actually talked about it a little bit on the list this past weekend, the Undertaker list. Because we got into Shoot Undertaker. There was a small period of time.
Alan Jones.
American Badass Undertaker?
That. No. This is after he loses the title to Brett. And he talks about how he was screwed by Vince McMahon. And he comes out in like a sweatsuit. And there's a promo he does. And not a lot of people remember this, I don't think. But like he basically comes out and he says like he works his ass off each and every night, and Vince McMahon doesn't appreciate him, and he deserves more. Kind of almost like a Brett promo, but people don't remember it as much because mainly it was like at the time it was like this is the Undertaker doing it. It's cool in hindsight. Then it was probably like what's happening because you're supposed to be dead, like because this is pre American Badass. So this is right around the time of Hell in a Cell's happening and all this stuff. So what I'm trying to get at is I call it, the Shoot Undertaker era. This is Shoot.
Frustrated Bray. Isn't the goddamn word. This is bullshit.
This is bullshit.
It's Kennedy McMahon, if that is your real name.
No, but what I'm trying to say is like there's a little period of time where Undertaker had this, like, he expressed himself probably like how he was in the back. I think that's what Bray's doing a little bit right here, but he's using it towards a character. Like, yes, like some of those things probably did happen, like where he doubted himself and he, maybe and people, reached out to him and it really meant something to him. So he's using that as fuel for this character.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's kind of what Undertaker is, what Undertaker did back in the day. I'll have to pull up a clip and maybe send it to y'all. Well, I don't know if y'all remember it or not.
Yeah, we kind of talk about this, like it was kind of like tongue in cheek because, like, if you're, when you're a baby face or whatever, and you come out and you do that type of promo, kind of like how Cody would do, like, it was all because of you. It was all because of you out there, that brought me back and all this stuff. It was almost like he was tongue in cheek at one point because he said something like, he's like, all the people that reached out to me, you know who you are. Like, come on, you know who you are. just that right there. It was like that's like who are you talking about? Like that person's gonna be watching SmackDown, like, oh my god, he's talking about me. I reached out to him. Or like the thousands.
I know
of
who
people.
that is. I know who that is. That's
I know who he's talking about. No,
you think you know me?
Yeah. So like, just like if you go back and watch that, there was like some like. It was like you said, it was kind of shoot, but at the same time, it was kind of like almost mocking a face, like a baby face, a little bit to me anyway. But he came out in this. What killed it was that cutoff when it cuts off and the video came on. Right. If it just ended with him, like just walking away or just ending the show, right, whatever, it would have been like, all right, okay, I'm kind of getting worked right now with the shoot.
No. I think it would have been like, oh wow, like. Well, first off, it wouldn't make sense. We're like, why are we getting this? If that didn't end it, like, does this work? Like, what is happening here? But that just added to the story. Like, oh, okay. Now I'm buying in a little bit more to this.
Yeah.
Now people are. I think I'm a little bit more invested.
I'm
happen,
intrigued.
So. Yes,
I'm totally intrigued, especially with that ending.
I'm seeing a mix of both work and shoot.
That's what I'm trying. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
I think the content definitely is legit because it's all like we've seen it. Like,
in real time.
It's all there. But I think he's twisting it into the story. Right. I think it's deeper than it just being like, he just doesn't mean any of it. We're gonna see, a bigger character. I think he does mean it in his character, but the fact that we go from him in the ring talking, cut to black, and then going to the mask talking shows me that I think we're getting two sides.
Yeah.
So far, two sides of Bray. Bray normal, obviously in person, and Bray with the mask on. And who even knows if it's going to be Bray? Maybe it's something different.
He's going to be starring in Jim Carrey's version of The Mask.
That was the other thing too. Was obviously everyone's like, oh, we're upset he didn't show up on Raw because blah blah blah. But if you look at it, you've seen the other Bray under that mask already.
Right.
He appeared at Extreme Rules. But then
hear me out. Let me finish the point from before because I'm like trying to think of how this could work because I don't think it's going to be. It can't just be like normal Bray and then mask Bray because that's just the Fiend. I don't think we're getting the Fiend. But let me pull up this picture again, and maybe this is tinfoil hat time. But
oh baby,
notice the lighting. How we have half blue and half red. I mean, normally when you're doing these, when they light these promos, it's just one color. Like it's normally just blue to be like the spooky, or it's red, if they want a little bit more color on him. But half blue, half red or orange, I guess, for the whole promo. That's how it was the entire way through. So that also points me towards maybe this is like, two different sides. And so this might be completely out of left field, but you need to help me out on this because I was thinking about it and like
I ain't gotta do nothing.
Right? Who are you talking to?
Have either of you seen Stranger Things?
Oh yeah,
of course.
I love it.
Okay,
because
I
told you told.
So this
I
is
know what you're
help.
referencing.
Because
the upside down.
Okay.
So how does the upside down work? You need to explain this to me.
Well, it's hard to explain.
It's
really.
basically just like it's portals. There's portals that you can.
Right.
It's basically the exact opposite of where you live, but obviously a more creepy.
Yeah, like a
rundown version,
hellish version of.
Right. But you can only access it through certain
portals,
certain portals
and how do you get those
hidden
portals?
They're hidden.
Well,
they're hidden.
Yeah, and then they that's the whole time they think they've closed the portals and they're done. Like that's like how it happens from season to season. They're like something happens where the portal gets back open again.
Yeah, and they find out that they're pretty much like everywhere. They're like it's not just in this one town.
Yeah,
like these portals are opening up like all over. We'll say all over the world. We'll just use that. And there's no way you can. Once you close one opens up essentially.
Okay. I wonder if this is some sort of twist on it, because so far we've seen like Bray normal, and we've seen Bray with a mask on. So I wonder if this is like regular Bray in the real world. He's going to be a baby face, and then Bray as a heel. Maybe it'll have to do with the light. I'm trying to understand like where we're going from here. Because if anything, I would rather see if they can pull off like a normal version of Bray presented as a straight on baby face as compared to a heel version of Bray with a mask on and having them kind of fight against each other.
Maybe that's where Bo that's where Bo kind of comes in.
Maybe that's where Bo comes in.
Yeah.
Because I would rather see something like this of like an internal struggle with Bray than doing fucking like Wyatt 6. Like you could bring in like, they're bringing up Vincent and Butt, whatever his name is, Dutch.
I'm done. Like I'm done with that being a whole an actual faction. It needs to be an internal faction, like an internal like. Okay, there's 6 different Wyatt versions. And, and
I still think it's gonna end up being a faction, which is like whatever. But like, what's setting me in different like thinking spills is that like people are bringing in the names that are associated to Bray into this faction. Like Bo, obviously, I guess will be a part of this. I'm seeing like, there were little hints because there was one frame that was used in a promo that Eric Rowan posted. So like he could be associated with this. And now, of course, like Liv Morgan is thrown into the mix of things. And it's like, I don't know. I don't want to see a Wyatt family thing. I want like the Wyatt 6 to be I don't even want the Wyatt 6 period. Like I think people are caught up on Wyatt 6 being like a 6-person faction or even like 6 personas. I don't even know if I want a 6-person persona thing because that means we would have to tap back into like,
I think what it is just like his inner demons that he's fighting. And
okay.
It's that's all a part of this is one of the versions that we're seeing right here is this version of Wyatt.
Okay. In that case, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
It's just the idea of like bringing in like Funhouse Bray again and like, Follow the Buzzards again. It's like, I get it. There's 6 personas of him, but do we really need
like we may see that, but like he's going to be fighting it, he's and I think maybe this White Rabbit is going to have him go down, lack of better words, down a rabbit hole where he's essentially fighting himself.
Where it can take, and a rabbit hole can take you to many directions too. That's
until he buys into what the White Rabbit is saying, and then he becomes the White Rabbit.
Yeah, so it could be that. It could that doorway too. Like if you want to bring it back to the Stranger Things thing, that doorway that he walks through could be like a portal, and we don't know what Bray Wyatt we're gonna get once that door opens. Because you don't see it.
That's kind of what I'm thinking of, like these portals. Like, can they do it in some way that, like, what we're seeing on the screens and all of these teasers, like that's one quote unquote world, and then when Bray comes through that door, this is just regular Bray. What I do kind of like is the idea of using Wyatt 6, kind of like you said, J-Bone, like to fight the personal demons, but instead of having like Bo teaming with Bray and Liv teaming with Bray, what if you have each person of the 6 representing, some aspect of Bray, be it a former character if you want it to be, or like, some personal demon, and you use like Bo, maybe Eric Rowan, others, but he fights them, like fighting the personal demons. So you have like that kind of.
I don't know what that. I see what you're saying. I just don't know what does that do for Bo. Why would Bo?
No, you're right. But that's all
back for that. Yeah.
That to me is the best case scenario if they really want, but because they can make Bo into like a villain for Bray and they can build that up as a big story. I would honestly feel like that's a better spot for Bo than teaming with him, because what, you're going to have Bray as the top guy and then just 5 randos hanging behind him. Like that does
I think if anything, like he sees what his brother's going through, he's like going to come to his aid. And he's going to try to like, no, you're Wyndham, you're Bray, whatever.
Yeah.
This is who you are.
Yeah.
Bo leave, damn it.
No, it's true. That could be a persona, the Bo character.
So
another thing that like kind of like this grinds my gears is I was actually watching someone had a clip of the Seth Rollins interview that he did. And we probably talked about this already, but how he talked about we talked about this on the Chick Foley show, how he basically flat out said, like, if you get into a storyline with Bray Wyatt, you're not going to come out of it, with anything. Like, you're pretty much on a downward spiral after that. Like, kind of like threw Bray Wyatt under the bus, saying, like, if you get into a thing with him, it's going to kind of ruin your career. And I'm like, if you're going to go out and say stuff like that, like, what's going to make you're gonna make it so he has to like face himself essentially, like kind of like how we're talking about now. Like he's actually facing his own personas and not anyone else, anyone on that roster. Like if you come up with things like that, but then obviously like just because he had a bad experience with like the Fiend thing, that doesn't mean like that's not his fault. That's like whatever direction was given. So like you can't like say, well, look at Daniel Bryan got out of it. He had a great storyline with Bray Wyatt when he joined the Wyatt family and then he broke free. That was awesome. John Cena was fine. They had a great storyline. Obviously, we hate the fact that John Cena won, but that was a great storyline as well. John Cena came out unscathed. Undertaker came out unscathed. Just because, so that's 3-1. So like, I mean, sort of, but like, just because you have that one person that didn't like, have a great storyline with Bray Wyatt, like that right there is, if you're a fan watching that can kind of sour you on this whole thing that's happening now. Like, and we're kind of speculating on what's going to happen, but just us talking more like, how do you take this Bray Wyatt and put him in a storyline? Yeah, with somebody on the roster. That's the main, like, how do you get him involved or get someone else involved with him? Or do you just let him be by himself and let him do his own, storyline by himself, essentially? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Yeah.
I think so. Where I had the problem, last week, still annoyed me that you didn't have him on Raw, but I think what we're going to see is what happened with like what I said with the White Rabbit stuff. Like, okay, we're not going to know until maybe on the road to WrestleMania. We're not going to know what's truly going on with Bray until the road to WrestleMania, I think. So, like, when we get this a little bit of, it'll just be like a little puzzles here and there. And
you think they could keep it going for that long, though?
Yes. If you have a good story built.
Well, yeah.
If you have a good story, look how long they've done this Dexter Miz deal. You don't think they can do that long? Like, they've made it. Now it's like last 2 weeks has been stale, but they've literally been doing this since the beginning of August. This Miz Dexter Lumis thing, and they haven't even touched in the ring. So, yes, I do think they could possibly.
I think the best part about this whole Bray thing is that we're all wrong.
I'm right. I don't know.
We're just speculating.
Well,
that's all, pretty much.
Right. Yeah, I think that's the best part is that, like, we can speculate all we want. No one knows how this is going to go. I feel like Bray right now is the type of character that, like, you can't, like, there's always, you're able to kind of feel out, where a story's going. Oh, this guy's going to go over, this guy's going to turn. There's no way that you could, like, predict how this is going to go. I think, if anything, Bray is probably laughing at the people that think that a Wyatt 6 storyline is going to be him in a 6-person faction, because he's probably like, that's so easy. Why would I do that?
Yeah, I think you're right. It's definitely going to be more elaborate and more. I just hope they take their time with this. If it's if they're not going to put him in the feud with anyone or have anyone else get involved, and he's going to be by himself for a long time, definitely use cinematics. Bring back like the cinematic like type of not matches, but like a lot of the stuff that they did when he did have the Firefly Funhouse and stuff. I mean, that was entertaining as hell. So, and he didn't really wrestle till when? That was what was his first match? Was SummerSlam, right?
As the Fiend?
Yeah. Against Finn Balor, right?
2019, yeah.
Yeah. And how long was he doing the Firefly Funhouse before that? That debut?
Right after that Mania. So like from about April to about August. Yeah.
So
all right.
I mean,
you know what?
It's a possibility. I mean, J-Bone's right. Yeah, I mean,
what is it right now?
Don't scissor me, daddy ass.
And like you said, you'll hear me talk about it on the debate next week. But when Bray was in control of his character, and I'll allude to that, when he actually had control of it, he had that long string of not seeing the Fiend at all until SummerSlam, and then obviously after that, someone got a hold of the Fiend, and you've seen him every week. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to see the Friend.
That'd be cool. Like an opposite. That'd be awesome. Imagine if he does that, like an opposite version of the Fiend, where it's the Friend, and he's like all happy and like way more happier than Funhouse Bray, just like overly happy. Yeah, just like creepily happy. Oh man,
I'm
I
good.
love you guys.
I
comes
watched
out
the
of-
match, and a matter of fact, I fell asleep in the middle of it.
He comes out in a Barney costume.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh,
That'll get some heat, brother.
Oh jeez.
Moving on. Moving on.
We're live.
Moving on. All right. Well, we're talking about Bray extensively. We have to talk about, and Bray was a huge return. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
It was a huge
It's
return.
okay.
But
It's okay.
what might have topped Bray as the
yeah.
biggest return
Mago.
this year.
I don't
I think there's
know
like a cow
whose
moo sound
idea it was for either of them to wear pants and those kind of pants. They both looked horrible. JBL looked like he was like one of those funny cars, at the end of the race. the parachute launches. That's what JBL looked like. And Baron looked like he was the inside of the funny car. the car interior pants. Good lord.
You didn't like the new gear that
it was
Baron
garbage.
Corbin?
I heard somebody say it looks like Melina's gear.
That's
Corbin
funny,
can
actually.
do the splits. Anyway,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm so confused because I thought the whole point of repackaging Baron Corbin was to get him away from like the Happy Corbin stuff. This is literally just Happy Corbin with his name back. Like it's not anything different. I was expecting Lone Wolf, bring back the I bring the darkness, and then here he comes with JBL. Like I was excited for him when JBL, when they teased it, and then I was like, okay, this could be something interesting. And then I kind of realized that it would just be Happy Corbin with a manager, and I'm like, well,
Baron Corbin doesn't need a manager.
no,
To be
he
honest
doesn't.
with you. He gets heat all on his own, brother.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
what's
opens up his
the
mouth.
point of doing this? I don't really
Unless
get it.
I know we just got to talk about factions, but this would make it more sense.
Yeah.
If JBL had a faction here.
Yes,
He
yeah.
could call it the ranch, Michael. I got all these horses on the ranch. We got an actual stable here, Michael. Called it Layfield Stables.
Jeez.
God. I mean, one thing I will say is that although people hate JBL, and rightfully so for a good amount of reasons,
I like JBL.
he's great on commentary. I'm not
He really is.
I won't lie. As long as he's not saying dumb stuff, his insults are no one tops JBL. Well, a lot of people top JBL. Let me rephrase that, but he elevated the Raw commentary team. Although there's only so much you can do when you're up against KP. Let's be real here.
Man. Oh, baby.
But Baron Corbin,
Oh my God,
an awful gear. We're looking at the picture now, and why is it almost his skin tone? What is that symbol in the middle?
oh my God!
What
Oh, it's a
is
CB. It's a CB.
Yeah, CV. It's a big
okay.
C around the B.
Yeah.
Perfect. That doesn't even look like. I guess that
like a baseball.
barely looks like a C. It
It's
is
like a baseball logo.
Yeah.
It does. It looks like a diamond, baseball diamond.
I don't know. And then
he's got car interior pants on.
And Ziggler takes another loss. Where do we see this going with Corbin? Is he going to get a title reign? What's the point?
Corbin historically has always had bad gear, though. Remember the waiter,
yeah.
the waiter gear he had for a while.
Yeah.
Jesus. I don't know. I mean, no. I'm gonna say no. He's just gonna be a lower mid card heel to somebody to rise up on against, So I don't see anything playing. Maybe like a Mustafa or Mustafa Ali to go up against and defeat, something along those lines. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
Yeah, I
just
can see
it's add a little shine to them, but which will elevate maybe lower mid card baby faces. So
yeah, probably get another body in the United States Championship pool
I
there as well.
didn't even want. I mean, the United States Championship has been elevated so much. I don't even want to near that, to be honest.
I mean, it's probably going to happen. I mean, that's what I'm assuming.
I don't think so. I don't know.
I mean, you don't put JBL with somebody and not put like a belt on him or put him.
That's damn right, because I'm a wrestling guy.
Yeah, I don't think JBL's coming back just to manage somebody and not, have a title shot at anything. So I can definitely see him, facing maybe Mustafa Ali. Maybe he wins the title at some point.
Yeah, because JBL coming back is like, you need a big plan for that. Like, I feel like JBL wouldn't come back just for nothing.
Yeah.
Like, they're obviously doing something with Corbin if they're really going to go all in on this. But how far could you go with someone like Baron Corbin? I think is a good question to ask.
Like I said, mid card, United States,
but not even just that, because Corbin could be a top heel. It's just, where does he fit on the card? And I guess that's the issue of having such a big roster, is that you have guys like Corbin who could be top heels and still could be, but like, you put him with JBL, you're expecting him to get a title reign. Is this going to be a failure if he doesn't get a championship run? How long is JBL going to be with him? Like, these are all questions that are like, what's going on here? And JBL is just like such an oddball candidate to have right now. Like, especially since we've seen JBL multiple times, in the past doing commentary and all that stuff. But I feel like his time as like a manager or like as an on-screen presence in that regard, it could work, but I just feel like it's so out of place from what's going on right now. And maybe that's the point. Maybe it's to bring something different and maybe more from that Vince style of booking, because we've seen a lot of that, NXT type vibe where, you don't really have that loudmouth kind of heel like a JBL and Corbin duo would be. So maybe it's taking some of that and bringing it back there. It's just a very confusing type of pairing, but I want to see where it goes, but I just hope it doesn't end up being like a lower mid card thing, because then what's the point?
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Moving on. Yawn.
Well, I mean,
Yawn.
I would say, they could try to get the Money in the Bank briefcase, put that make him feud over that. But it seems like someone took a trip down to NXT. It might be cashing in down there instead.
Yeah, this guy can't beat Roman.
no one's. I was actually listening to, who was it? It was someone on the roster that did a interview, and they said they didn't want to see Roman lose at all.
Bobby.
Was it Bobby?
I think it was Bobby.
Bobby
Sam
Lashley?
Sam Roberts?
Sam Roberts. Yeah, I think it was. Someone they said they didn't want him to lose at all, and he'd just relinquish it at some point. Just give the title.
Real quick, Bobby also pitched this amazing idea.
You know what?
That.
And they used it already.
Wait, who?
I think when he pitched him that idea,
With who?
that idea was to Baron Corbin.
Maybe.
I think they stole it from him and used it on Baron Corbin at that time.
So anyway, if you didn't hear, check out the Sam Roberts show. But he basically pitched this idea where he would gain like 30, 40, 50 pounds. Bobby Lashley would, that is.
Yeah.
And he'd just become fat and miserable and kind of like me. And then And then MVP would find his way and help him find his way. And God dang it, he'd be back to the Almighty.
And Vince was like, "You're not doing that shit.
You
I won't give
can't
it to
do
Baron
it.
Corbin.
We
He
want
can lose."
vascularity. God damn it. We don't want yuck.
Actually, side note.
Here's all the beef.
Side
Give
note.
you fireworks and
Is
good shit.
Side note: have you guys been watching Main Event at all, or seen
No.
any clips of Main Event?
No,
I saw the
Have you-
one before.
I'd rather whip my nuts with a car antenna. Than watch
It seems like they're. It's. I was watching like a clip. It seems like they're going to be pairing Shelton Benjamin
Yes.
with R-Truth. And I
Oh.
think like R-Truth's going to try to help Shelton get back to the gold standard. Remember they used to call Shelton Benjamin the gold standard. He's like kind of like down on his luck. He's kind of like questioning, you know who he is as a wrestler and all this stuff. And R-Truth's trying to like be that jokey, funny guy, but then Shelton's like, I don't want to do the. He's like, I did the funny stuff. He's like, look at that comedy, blah blah. And then like he kind of walks off from R-Truth, and R-Truth kind of like is like serious. So like. I'm hoping they do like kind of like that. Like they like, R-Truth is, I don't want to say his manager, but that like kind of like that motivator to get Shelton Benjamin back. I'm not sure if they're going to make them, a tag team or whatever, but I kind of like that dynamic of them two together because they're pretty much the odd couple. One's straight laced and the other one's obviously super funny. And I love R-Truth as well.
Ain't no stopping me now.
All a failure. It's all a failure if we don't end up with Shelton with the gold hair again. If he doesn't have that gold hair, could give less of a shit about.
That's what I'm hoping. That's what.
Get the fuck out.
And who knows? Maybe we get a feud with Shelton and his manager R-Truth against Baron Corbin and JBL as the manager.
Boy.
Who knows? Imagine those promos.
I don't think I want to imagine those promos.
Oh,
Look, we got one more topic to discuss before we decide who won the week. Let's talk about Ray. Ray's been having an interesting story as of late.
Ray.
He, of course, gets bitched out by his son multiple times.
Yep.
And then on SmackDown, he says that he quits WWE to Triple H. Triple H making a rare appearance.
Yeah.
And
Listen,
Give him the-
here's
give him
the
the
thing,
all.
Ray. You're still under contract.
Just go sit in my office.
We'll talk it out.
You could be
Get a
watching
lot
The
of good
Office.
money off of the merch that you sell.
Here's the thing, Ray.
Here's the
You
thing.
can no longer wear that mask anymore, Ray.
we need more figures of you. So go in my office. We don't have enough.
we only got 273 this year, Ray. We need 279.
Nobody is bigger than this business.
He's about to cry. You know what it reminds me of is on Step Brothers. I think I'm gonna sing.
Nobody's bigger than this business.
Today, Junior.
well, we get an agreement that Triple H has traded or made the trade Rey Mysterio to SmackDown.
Yeah. And we got
Happy
Baron
Corbin, Baron Corbin.
Baron
to
Corbin.
Raw.
Get it right, brother. All right.
Baron Corbin, excuse me. To Raw.
Yep.
And Ray is immediately inserted into the main event the wrestling main event of SmackDown.
Yep.
A fatal four-way to determine the number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship. Rey Mysterio, Ricochet, Solo Sikoa, and Sheamus all shared the ring to determine number one contender. And of course, Rey Mysterio gets the dub.
Yep.
So we're going to be seeing Rey Mysterio versus Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship at some point, and I
R.I.P.
cannot
Ray.
fucking wait.
I can't
R.I.P.
wait
Ray.
either.
Actually, okay, so here, hot take time. Let's do it.
Oh
Oh
shit!
boy.
I was
It's
not
a
ready
double
for
hot
that.
take.
Hot takes here. Get your hot takes here.
Okay, I got two hot takes actually. Okay.
All right.
Number one hot take here. Okay. It's kind of like my own personal hot take, I guess, a little bit in the way that I'm now in it with this Ray Dominik storyline.
There you go.
Let's fucking go. All right.
About time.
That's what I have to say about that. Because now, like you said, now we can you got them separated. Let's get this match at Wrestle fucking Mania.
Yeah, because who's to say Judgment Day doesn't bully their way into SmackDown and harass Dominik?
Right.
Harass Ray while he's like in his match or something like that. That'd be actually pretty cool. I actually
Number two hot take.
All right.
Put the Strizap on Ray. Let's fucking go.
I don't think.
Let's-
You know what? I don't
let's
think he's
fucking-
ever won the Intercontinental
He has
Championship.
one.
Has he?
Yeah, he has
he has
multiple
one.
times.
Which
not
one?
multiple
Which-
times. Once. I think it was just once.
No, wait, I gotta look.
Are you sure?
It's,
He was
because
in 09.
he actually beat JBL in the record time WrestleMania 25.
Yeah, and he had matches with
yeah.
like Dolph and stuff. I gotta look this.
That's
I'm
right.
I don't
sure
think it's
he
multiple
won it a
time.
few times.
What
Maybe it
title was
one
it? Was that the
time.
white strap title?
No, there was the when it was the oval.
He has the oval. But anyways,
Oh yeah, that's right.
let,
that's right.
just
Okay.
surprise everybody. Have Ray win, and then like
It was 2 times.
two times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
All right. That's
God
just
damn
gonna
it, pal.
that's just gonna piss Dominik more even off.
Oh yeah. All
And
right.
seeing
Yeah.
his dad is successfully like you beat Gunther. No, this is fucking bullshit. I don't think so. And he's just gonna get more and more angry. You're gonna see Ray. He's gonna defend the Intercontinental Championship every week, and then at some point, finally, Dominik will have enough. He'll lose the title, and he'll cause Ray to lose the title, and that's gonna send Ray overboard.
Yeah. Do you think he's comfortable enough with having a like? I mean, I don't want to be like this, like a shoot or breaking kayfabe, but do you think he actually has like kind of like a problem facing his son in the ring yet? No.
No, he
You think
wants
he-
to.
You think he wants to?
It's like LeBron wanting
Not-
Bronny to go play. you
Not
know?
a
Yeah.
problem. Just like it's kind of weird. It's like
Yeah,
You're
you,
gonna have a match
you don't
with
want
your
to
son.
6'9" your own son.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
Oh man.
I think the story of Ray. Jesus Christ. I think the story of Ray and Dom definitely gets elevated with Ray being on SmackDown now. I don't see Ray beating Gunther for the title at all.
Come on.
I would
I
love to
think
see it, but
I think so.
but it's Gunther. Like you're gonna have him lose
Yeah.
to.
But it's
Yeah,
Rey Mysterio.
he just loses like by complete, like he fucks up or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you know
Yeah,
Rey Mys-
I mean
you
they'll
know
have to find a way to do it for sure, but like they're gonna have to also deal with the backlash of people being like, "Oh, Gunther's buried. It's done. It's over. It's over."
What's Rey
Oh my
Mysterio? It's
God,
like-
just
It's Rey Mysterio
just because he
he's losing to.
loses.
Yeah, it's fucking
just
Rey
because he
Mysterio.
loses,
Like,
it's
Rey's
I'm
not
all
not
the
saying
time.
it, but like depending on how you do it, you have to be careful because
Yeah.
fans are very quick to determine, oh, buried.
Now,
Well,
There-
fuck
yeah.
the fans.
if it was
Fuck the
Dominik, if Dominik was facing Gunther and he won, I could see fans getting pissed off.
Well, yeah, that's
But
different.
if it's Rey Mysterio, which is arguably like one of the greatest like in ring
He's-
competitors like ever, like that's not a big loss to Gunther. That's fucking Rey Mysterio he's losing to. It's not like fucking like I said, it's not some like shitty
Yeah.
local guy. I mean,
I think that backlash will come at the fact of how Ray's been booked over the last few years.
yeah,
As not like a
Okay.
huge threat. So, if anything, they're going to have to build Ray back up to that level. And they've done it pretty well so far, but like they're really going to have to like go full speed ahead.
yeah.
The last that Ray was like really well booked was when him and Andrade were going at it for the US title.
Yeah.
That
What'd you
was
say,
the
Jay
last.
Boone?
1997 against Eddie Guerrero.
1997. Well, nothing beats that, but like in his recent return, nothing beats the Andrade, and they had like the ladder match and all of that.
Oh man, yeah, they had some sick matches.
They had some really good matches, but yeah, they're gonna have to really go full speed ahead if they're gonna have him beat Gunther, which I don't see happening.
He's gonna walk all over Gunther.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ,
He's gonna be like, "Oh man, I just stepped in some Gunther."
All I know is we're gonna get that story going into Mania, and I'm cool with it. I think they finally picked it back up. Like, let Judgment Day do their own thing.
yeah.
Let Ray do his own thing, and then slowly you merge the two paths.
You know what would be
I'm with
cool
it.
if you have Dominik versus Ray, and the mask and Ray's career is on the line.
The last frame of that match is fucking Dominik holding Rey Mysterio's mask. Like,
yeah. And Rey
I can see
Rey Mysterio becomes Oscar Gutierrez.
Forget about Judgment Day burying Rey Mysterio. Let them just bury AJ Styles and the Good Brothers. Let them do that.
Alan Jones. I wonder if there's a way that you could get the title on, because if we're going to do the Intercontinental title, why don't you do Dom versus Rey, career and mask versus title?
Well, or you could keep the title on Rey for that long.
Yeah.
So career, mask, and title on the
I'm sorry. No, you're right. My bad.
Yeah.
So I would put I wonder if there's a way that you could put the title on Dom somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could. I mean, yeah. It's fine.
Could be interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe we get all the titles on the fucking Judgment Day.
Or maybe we just do Rey versus Rhea and custody over Dominik again.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Love that. Oh my god,
mommy!
Give me Dom as IC champ. Give me Finn and Damian as tag champs, and give me Rhea as the women's champ. Put all the gold on Judgment Day.
I still hate Judgment Day though, for the record.
I love them.
If they have a custody match, Dominik's definitely helping Rhea win, because I mean he wants to be in Rhea's possession as long as possible.
That would be
that.
Dominik would be on a peg.
God,
he's a peg warmer.
He is. He actually is. That's the thing.
It's like I don't even laugh at the joke. I just laugh at Marco's reaction when he laughs really hard.
It's funny because it's a double meaning. Like he's like his figure's a peg warmer, and he's literally a peg warmer.
He's warm as a peg.
Well, that's an interesting take for sure.
He's warming mommy's pig.
Oh, jeez. Now he made it creepy.
Jeez. Is there anything else major that we wanted to talk about?
We're gonna be canceled. It's been a fabulous year.
Oh boy.
Let's just move.
Who won the week?
Shorter episode tonight from us because there wasn't a ton of news to discuss, but we do have to determine who won the week. J-Bone, who are you giving it to?
MJF.
Yes, I'll agree with that. I'll drink for that. No. MJF and William Regal. Let's be 50-50 here.
I'm gonna go SmackDown. I was just not impressed with Raw again.
No, well,
what happened on SmackDown and Raw?
Raw, you had the brawl with Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, which is pretty
okay.
cool.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh God, no! I hate it. I hate it so much.
Why?
Really?
It makes absolutely no sense. Give me some story here, people.
Oh,
they do have it. They'll explain the story later.
What's the story? They're gonna explain it later after the match.
Yeah.
Right now it's just an explanation, but like what?
Right now it's just tension. It's just two
Brock's intention.
Oh,
sure.
Big guy.
Not a lot of
in
story.
My way. I don't like him.
But you don't like the brawl because of that?
It doesn't explain anything. It doesn't make sense.
Do you have any Becky glasses over there, young Anthony? Like any?
I bring my glasses up. That's my Becky glasses. Dude,
I love that, dude. Him putting it to the table, dude.
I mean, that was fine, whatever. But I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
It was fine.
I just hate this Brock and Bobby angle. I think it's stupid. Love it.
I mean, it's just my innate,
I want to see the match, but I mean, like, give me a reason to watch it. Like, other than the Prince said, "Oh, I want two big guys in the ring."
That's me, dude. I'm the Prince, dude. Put two jack monsters in the ring and just let them go at it. I mean, that's what they do all the time is they bring back that old school like golden era WWF feel where it's just
Hercules versus Haku.
Dude, that was 5-star to me. I mean, British
My
Bulldog
boy,
and
Hercules
Warlord.
Hernandez. My fucking boy.
British Bulldog and Warlord was like freaking Okada and freaking Kenny Omega to me back in the day. So I mean, just two jack dudes, as Big E would say, big meaty men slapping meat.
British. Who was it? Who'd you say the British Bulldog and who?
I think it was like British Bulldog and Warlord.
Oh
or
yeah.
Yeah.
From WrestleMania 7. Oh,
yeah, dude, that was like
Power
freaking...
Slam versus Power Slam.
Come on, dude, bring it. Just spears. That's all I was hoping. Roman Reigns and Goldberg would like face each other, like a spear versus spear match, dude. Just going at it, man. That's what I like. Sometimes you got to dumb it down. You can't just be watching professional technical wrestling every week. You want to see?
I want to see a story.
I want to see feats of strength.
I don't care about
things
that.
being broken sometimes.
If I want to see that, then I'll go to my garage and watch myself picture.
That's why I'm hoping they bring old school Braun Strowman back, where he's like tipping over trucks, and he's
I'm gonna throw an ambulance on his back,
yeah.
and I'm also gonna get in my pickup truck and I'm gonna ride it down to the ring and I'm gonna fuck Roman Reigns and throw him off of the fucking building.
I'm gonna put all of Trump's missing ballots on my back and bring him to Georgia with me.
Did he do that? Did he did he throw Roman Reigns in like a trash compactor or some shit like that and try to crush him?
I think so. Yeah.
I'm gonna put Roman Reigns on another stretcher and I'm gonna throw him in the back of my pickup truck and I'm gonna send him to a Control Your Narrative event.
Oh man,
my Braun impression gets better every week.
It's pretty good.
It's really good. I never tried a Braun impression.
Yeah. It's all the bass of your voice and just make it a big old country boy. I'm not finished with you yet.
That's good shit.
You might have to do a whole show
this week.
You might have to do a whole show as Braun Strowman one night.
Welcome to the Rawdown.
My name's Adam Shear. I'm young Adam.
Call me Braun.
Young Adam.
All aboard the Rawdown Express. Gonna get these hands.
I'm gonna give the SmackDown main event Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah.
What's it called? Bray Wyatt promo. That alone puts it over the top for me.
Yep. I'm gonna go with SmackDown too.
Oh, and also another reason to give it to SmackDown. We're getting Omos
versus the monster among monsters, Braun Strowman at
right.
Crown Jewel. Big old beefy men. Get these hands.
That Prince is my kind of booker. Just throw them all in there. All the big meaty men.
You're really getting it all on this Crown Jewel.
I don't respect you, Booker man.
Logan Paul. Jeez, bud.
Dude, Logan Paul's. I mean, I showed you who he's training with. I mean, the new HBK, Logan Paul.
You see, I don't think you can see in the shop, but I've got my Heartbreak Kid shelf. It's about to be replaced as a Bret Hart shelf.
Yeah, you might have to. Yeah, after that picture.
And I've got some pricey Shawn Michaels figures back there too.
He was cheesing it up with Logan Paul in that picture, man. He was happy as a pig in shit, as they like to say.
He found his smile.
He did. Also on SmackDown. Let's not forget the continuing saga of Jimmy and Sami Zayn. Yeah, man.
I saw some things people were saying that Jimmy Uso should take the title off Roman.
Yeah, I've seen that too. I've seen that floating around.
Jimmy or Jay?
Is it
Jay,
right? Jay's the one that's angry at Sami Zayn, right? Yeah. And you can see that he's kind of like you can see he's the more obviously he's the more animated one out of the two Usos. Like he's like always mad, but like love the fact that they had that match. He helped Sami Zayn win, and they totally did not even like acknowledge him helping him win the match. Sami Zayn's like, I won the match. What are you talking about? I'm the one that won it. Like you didn't help me at all.
Give the belt to Sami fucking Zayn. Are you joking me? You're gonna go through all of this not to give the belt to Sami? Like, could you imagine we get months of like, yeah, he's the honorary Uce. He's my honorary Uce. And then we get months of that, and then Roman turns on Sammy, and then we get this big feud between Sammy and Roman. You could build this up if Rock isn't available. You could do Roman versus Sammy at WrestleMania, and I could buy it if they continue with this.
Do that night 1 and Cody night 2 if you can't get Rock.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's your backup plans.
Sure. I'm perfectly fine with it. You can't have Roman main event every night too. Give it.
Yeah.
You could, dude.
Why not?
You could do such a good. I mean, you can, but like, shake it up a little bit. Like,
Speaking of that, by the way, I just realized I got my Brett shirt on. Just to confirm that. That was totally my coincidence.
I don't know. I think you could, just shake it up a little bit. Give me like a great story, and I think Sammy fucking deserves
It's
it.
time to shake things up around here.
And he's over. He's over as hell, dude. They chant his name every time he's at
Like why wouldn't you?
I think he should be and new WWE Universal Champion.
Jeez. And Marco, you said you were giving it to SmackDown as well, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, with all of that out of the way,
Hey, yo.
let's end this show. Folks, thank you so much for listening and or watching to a bit shorter of an episode of the Rawdown. I feel like this is our shortest episode ever.
Yeah,
Jeez.
goddamn, pal.
Not a bad thing.
Marco, coming. What are you doing on Chick Foley show?
Well, obviously, we'll start off chickfoley.com. That brings you everywhere. It brings you to all our shows. Go to the Patreon page, sign up. Obviously, join the Facebook group. Right now, this week, we released the open mic episode 5 with Over the Moonsault, aka Casey. Awesome. She was great. Definitely want to have her on again.
She fucking rules.
She was really good. We have I recorded my interview with Extra Cooler. So that'll be out next week. Brought something that I mean, he may have said this already, but I didn't know. But you'll have to listen to it. It was kind of mind blowing. I was like, holy crap. But yeah, that was it. I mean, Nick's great. I mean, if you haven't, there's nothing more I could say. We go into the whole history of him and Sheena, and then like how we collaborated on a lot of the logos for the Chick Foley show and stuff like that. So amongst other stuff that we talk about. But yeah, that hopefully that comes out next week. Other than that, I mean, nothing much. Just keeping it rolling with the content. Actually, no. Let me not forget. I kind of like drop seeds throughout the whole show. Next Monday, I'll be on the Turnbuckle debate.
Yes.
Triple threat match with the two bad Chads because Tom was unable to join. So we have some great conversations about some.
I don't think Tom was the staple anymore.
I think he was scared. I think
He's scared.
I think he didn't want to debate me. I think he's known I've grown as a person to be reckoned with.
Right.
As far as my wrestling prowess, being on this show and being part of the tavern as well as the Chick Foley show. I think he's kind of intimidating, which I don't. I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
hey, you write him off the Rawdown.
That's true. I mean, he's not on this show either. So I mean, I guess I'm the winner in that feud, huh? I mean, what can you do? But yeah, no, definitely listen to those, and you hear more of me if you're not sick of me already. I know I am.
J-Bone, what are you doing on Coming Down the
Coming down the aisle pod.com. This week I've got Mr. Billy Peck from the Major World Order. Ooh. And we watch if you don't know Major World Order, awesome, like especially in the Major World universe. He's they do a lot of stuff with the Major Pod guys, and they They just had their 100th episode last week. It's funny because we started the same week, actually. So we talk a little bit about that. We talk about he's also kind of the admin of the Major Pod Facebook group as well, too. And this week we watch the Woo 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 Kid, Zack Ryder, winning the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 32. So check that out. And also check out this past weekend, and I dropped the new list with Miles, with my ultimate Miles. Yeah.
Oh,
yes. I talk about young Anthony in that show too. So.
Yeah, and you give some shit takes on that fucking episode. Let me tell you.
Man.
Here we go.
Wow.
So check that out, and then head over to YouTube, make a big push. I'm coming up. I'll probably, because I'm moving into a new house, so I'll probably have to take a little bit of a hiatus. So stay tuned to the coming down the aisle social media stuff. I'll talk about it on here too when that happens. So.
That's gotta be the worst number one pick in the list that I've ever seen. That's gotta be the worst pick.
Oh boy.
I just muted your ass.
Trying to mute me.
JBL 316 says I just muted your ass.
And for me, I mean, follow me on Indie Epicenter. Really not doing much. I mean, we got another Invictus show coming up. Our Bronx debut, November. Fuck. Why don't I remember this date? Shit, I'm dropping shit all over the place. It's in November. It's the debut of our equivalent of the World Championship. Our Grand Championship, a tournament, will be happening to determine who's going to be our first Grand Champion. You should check it out.
Is it gonna be Mucho Chris Mojo?
It will not. He's not in the tournament, unfortunately, and he just lost his social media championship.
I know. I heard you cost him
Big Trouble Ben Bishop. Unfortunately,
I heard you cost him that.
I did not cost him the match.
You cost him the match, and he lost to big. What do you call him? The big crapper.
Big Trouble Ben Bishop.
Big turd.
Big turd. He calls him Big Turd Ben Bishop.
Right.
It was a great match, but yeah, so check us out. Bro, Invictus is going to be like the top.
I like Invictus. I watched the show though. It was good.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
They're going to be the top independent company in New York, and they're going to be like nothing stopping Invictus. Like shit. Nothing. And they have the Answer ASC on the roster, so why would they? Why would they fail? You know what I mean? Anyways, let's get the hell out of here, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in to yet another edition of the Rawdown. If you like what you heard, and I know that you did, make sure that you go on down to turnbuckletavern.com, where you can listen to the podcast, you can watch the YouTube videos. Doing a lot of YouTube shorts lately, and that apparently is getting us some good old subscribers. We're on the road to 1,000. We're almost there, so help us out in getting there. And then, follow us on the socials. You know where to go for all of that. And if you don't, theturnbuckletavern.com will get you informed. Buy some merch while you're at it. ProWrestlingTees.com/tavern. You know the drill. Everyone's got a shirt. We're always pumping in new shirts, so it's always a reason to give us some money. You want another reason to give us some money? Some more merch. Teespring. We have all the merch that we couldn't post on Pro Wrestling Tees, and we just shifted it over to Teespring. We should just take all this merch and push it somewhere else. And that's what we did. TheTurnbuckleTavern.com is going to get you to the Teespring, where you can get the official Rawdown logo on merch and stickers and mugs and all that fun stuff. And finally, call us. Call the Tavern. 304-404-2004 is the number to call to hear your message played on the flagship show. Call the Tavern. Leave us a voicemail. Talk to us about how much you love the Rawdown or how much you hate the Rawdown. We don't care. We just want to hear your voice. 304-404-2004 is the number to call. Again, that's 304-404-2004. That's all the shilling out of the way. It's time to get the hell out of here. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in to yet another edition of the Rawdown. We will be back here next week, same time and same place. But until then, as always,
Life sucks!
and then you die.
All right, Michael.